Hi. There was some news yesterday. Fireballs, spaceships, and iguanas. Seven strange things that fell from the sky in 2020. Okay. First, I ignored it today. I then watched it through, and I stumbled upon this one. Comet debris may have leveled an ancient Syrian village. First of all, I thought we are talking about stuff which fell from the sky this year in 2020. But anyway, the prehistoric village of Abu Huraira in northern Syria housed the first known farmers on Earth. But then some mysterious, fiery incident destroyed the town, leaving mostly remnants of thatched huts coated in carbon. Among the wreckage, excavators also found glass spheres formed from melting soil, melted iron, and sulfur rich samples, and nano diamonds. Scientists recently examined these glassy materials more closely and found that they could only have formed at a temperature over 3630 Fahrenheit or 2000 degrees Celsius. A team concluded that fragments from a passing comet likely exploded over the village, releasing an intense heat wave that scorched the village and the soil beneath. Okay. According to those people here which were writing this text, those guys live in this house. Okay. Made out of wood, with a grass roof, and all this kind of stuff. They don't talk about any, dates, but Syria is in the Middle East. And we have now those really interesting times going on. So I'm really hard trying to read this book. And the others as well, they're under work. But let's go here. That's from that book. Page 85. If we just start here from the lower part. Photographs of the Sinai Peninsula from space, this one, still show the immense cavity and the crack in the surface where the nuclear explosion had taken place. The area itself is strewn to this day with crushed, burned, and blackened rocks. They contain a highly unusual ratio of isotope uranium-235, including an expert opinions indicating, in expert opinions, exposure to sudden immense heat of nuclear origin. Yeah. And like I don't know, this series of book here came out in 2007, 13 years ago. The stuff which Sitchin is reading is much older. And here, a storm, the evil wind went around in the skies. Okay. I don't know. I can't read Mesopotamian language or Sumeria or whatever. I can't go there to watch for myself. My English is crap. So I just have those books, stuff to watch at. And yeah. It's somehow odd if you read this kind of things. Comet debris may have leveled an ancient Syrian village. Yeah, probably. They fall from the sky all the time. But just that Things that fell from the sky in 2020. And what? Here they talk about some ancient people and dinosaurs. I don't know. That's somehow really strange. But we could take a quick look at earthquakes. Something going on. Let's go to the map. Canary Islands still silent. How old is that one here? Yesterday. Yeah, it seemed they don't really catch up with all those. Yeah, and here. These are the Alps, you know. They continue there a little bit. At least in this area, I guess, in the whole southern area of the Alps. Here, probably. There's a shitload of snow. If you watch at the topography, you see this area here. I'm really bad with this. I just have a phone. That's the industrial heart of Italy. It's really, really, really flat because we have this one river. That's basically all about the river or the rivers which go through here. They go all here. Can we aerial map? Yeah, works. Okay. Probably somebody had heard about this ancient tsunami on the coast of Israel. Where do we have Israel? Here. Okay. We are basically back to the same place where we have been just before. Like old places. The tsunami which happened once, it was somewhere in this area here. And if you go a little bit out from that place, you can see here it's quite deep, you know. Let's go further out. That's a really deep part of the Mediterranean. Here's also a little bit deeper, and also here. Okay, but let's go closer to that one. The Adriatic Sea. You see that one? This is indicating that it's more deep. Okay. Do we have a volcano here? Haha! It's a volcano. Yeah, anyway. Let's go a little bit further out. And if you watch, that's the border and all that area. That's really shallow. So if there's a wave coming, like, let's say again, I don't know. In the worst way, or in the worst case, it would start somewhere here, okay? Some seismic activity triggers a tsunami, a few meters high. It will spread like that, you know? And my point is why we have to keep that specific part in mind is that it's flat here and it continues to be flat all that area here. So the wave will go way inland. But the funny thing is, I mentioned before we had, like in the southern region, at least in Switzerland, I don't know. I guess it's the whole southern region of the Alps, like here on those mountain ranges somewhere. There's a shitload of snow. At the moment, it might be quite cold there, but it will melt, and it will melt quickly, because I guess there will be rain at the same time when it's melting. And at the same place, we have those earthquakes. I'm quite sure there have been more than just this, like those little tremors. Let's check this. I'll probably see something more here. Where's the map? Found 4. Yeah, that's what I mean. You probably understand what I mean better. You know, that's a flat area. Damn, I can't use that. I'm doing all this with a phone, which is not that easy. Okay, that's flat. You know? So, snow. Oh, here's snow. Everything goes that way. If it melts, it goes that way. Everything goes that way. Then we have earthquakes. As you see, tremors. Many places. That's a really decent earthquake. Let's see how deep it was. 10 kilometers, that's not that much. So it's right on the surface. Yeah, then we have to get educated watching Suspicious Observers. I really recommend everybody this channel, Suspicious Observers. I really like his creepy sense of humor, you know. He's not joking around, if you know what I mean. No, anyway. And now we have the snow here. Here is flat. We have earthquakes, tremors everywhere. There's going to be a whole lot of water. And if it shakes, you know, the ground gets really soft. Houses can sink in. Whole towns. There's so much of water, you know. It's just flat. There's just fields everywhere and so much water. And everything is flat. If you watch the river, the thing what you see on the surface, it's just a tiny amount of the whole water mass which is going through. If that's the river, the water stream might be like this big, you know. That's the actual water stream which goes. Here, everything, the groundwater. And if the ground starts to shake, the water rises, everything gets soft. We get this mud flood stuff. And we go up to north. Where is it? Norway. Yeah. I said to my girlfriend, I'm really sure that this mud flood in Norway is related to the earthquake in Croatia. And that'll be this at the same place. At least not far from it. So, you know, there's some stuff going on. Ah, there's an earthquake near Canary Islands. Okay. Yeah. Europeans, Southern Europeans, North Africans, people around the Mediterranean, people who live in the Alps, coastal people have to keep tsunamis in mind. People in the Alps have to keep in mind the mountains, they will collapse more and more due to climate change. They're not that stable anymore because they're melting inside the permafrost, which were gluing them together for many years. It's melting, so they crumble. And there's many, like, you know, those dams around in the Alps, in Switzerland, Italy, France, Austria, wherever. Croatia, the whole Balkan is filled with many dams. If they collapse, it would be not a good thing. No electricity, people will probably lose everything they have. Erupting, Etna still erupting. Any news? No, it seems to settle down, but there's a tremor beside it. We have those dormant volcanoes here, you know. Probably extinct. Probably extinct. Probably extinct. Probably extinct, you know. Here, the whole sea floor is filled. Probably this one is 1, 2, I don't know. 1, 2 here. Yeah. We have Pompeii. Some people probably heard of that, you know. People instantly died in fiery ash plumes immediately. Yeah, there's some stuff coming in, you know. Things are cranking up everywhere, it seems, seismically. If we go, watch at the Magnetopause model. Yeah, I'm not an expert. Just telling it straight. But I'm interested in things. One thing which they didn't never teach at school, how to be interested in things. You just had to learn, because everybody had to do the same, learning the same things. Probably didn't interest that much back then. But if you keep an open mind, stay interested, search for dots, and then connect the dots. Watch for yourself what's going on. Making a decision, believing in the official truth, or searching the truth for it by yourself. You know, all this stuff you can check by yourself. Listen, read to other people who know more about this stuff than you. Make your own conclusions about the facts you gathered along the way. I mean, this looks really strange. This should be symmetrical, or at least more symmetrical than it looks like here. And if you think how much, like now it's here, if you watch, I guess it's this kind of bow shock or something. The distance, like this ball here in the middle is Earth, you know, that's where the satellites spin around. I don't know how many kilometers there are above our surface. But this thing here, the bow shock, this moves really quickly, really big distances, you know? And the actual board comes really close to where our satellites are. See? And somehow, to me, it still looks that there's energy coming in to Earth's surface, penetrates it, goes right through the surface inside, cranks things up, probably increases also seismic activity, like as we see at the moment. It seems quite likely that there's a really straight connection, you know, from the sun's energy through our magnetic field straight into the core of Earth. So it's simple, more energy, more activity. I really would like to get this triangle there. Yeah, sorry, wait a minute. That's really hard with the fingers just doing this kind of little movement. How is that so difficult? Finally, I really think this is something oddly odd, really strange in a way. The only parts which are red are connected to Earth. Then we have this, in a way, symmetrical pattern here. I know it's 2D, two-dimensional, so it's really hard to imagine how this would look in 3 dimensions. And energy coming in also from here. And if you watch closely, if you compare this one, 0.00001, which is almost nothing, to this 0.00704, which obviously is already in the red. But there's almost no activity here. Check this out. Do you see those? Are this kind of clouds of no magnetic energy? Magnetic vacuum? No, can't be. So I don't know. I just wanted to show you that. Yeah, probably I'll put another video once out to watch at some things. Yeah, thanks. Be safe if you stay in Mediterranean areas or Alps, Northern Africa. Things are cranking up. Be safe. Bye.